Test. 1, 2. Welcome back to my world here on the internet. Just testing. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. All credits to the creator of this video that I'm sharing from the channel Crew Beyond 50. Looks like it's some sort of a judge breaking down the 48 minutes that police aren't explaining in this whole Nancy Guthrie kidnapping case, right?
Let me say something that's going to make some people mad. Sometimes law enforcement will release information that's not fully accurate, and they'll do it on purpose. Not because they're lying to the public for fun, but because they're trying to force a reaction from the person who did it. And in the case of Nancy Guthrie, the kidnapping investigation, it's completely possible that some things that you think are facts, they're actually strategic bait. So today we're going to walk through what's been reported, what's believable, and what's noise. And the one timeline window that I can't stop thinking about, those 48 minutes. Now, before we start, we don't have all the case file. We don't have all the evidence. And I'm not accusing any specific person of anything. This is commentary and an analysis based on what has been publicly discussed and what usually happens in investigations like this. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Charles. Now, I have spent 21 years in law enforcement, and I've worked cases where the public, they only see the headlines, while investigators, they're knee-deep in timelines and interviews and digital evidence behind the scenes. So this channel looks at cases through a law enforcement lens, not a rumor lens. We watch patterns, procedures, and what usually happens in real investigations when information is tight. And this case, it's weird, it's rare, and it is messy, all at the same time. So here's why this case hits different for me. A lot of missing person cases, especially with seniors, they start with confusion. They start with medical issues or dementia concerns, wandering. They might have went for a walk. But what makes this one feel like something else is the same thing that always flips the switch for investigators. Intentional interruption of normal life patterns. Now, when you hear phrases like cameras disconnected, devices left behind, no medication taken, no phone, no obvious walkaway behavior, that's when law enforcement goes from let's locate a missing person to something criminal may have happened here. And when that switch flips, the entire investigation changes. So let me just kill the biggest myth right now. You don't have to wait 24 hours, and you don't have to wait 48 hours, and you sure don't have to wait 3 days. That is movie stuff. If someone is missing, you can report it immediately, especially an elderly person and especially someone at risk. So when the family reports it, deputies respond. And now we're in the what happened here phase. You know, early on, that first response is usually about basic questions: last known contacts, medical needs, or family and friends, just quick checks. They're not always walking like CSI with lasers and tweezers. That matters because people love to scream they missed evidence. Sometimes they did, and sometimes they didn't. But early calls can evolve fast. Now, here's where it gets serious. When a system goes dark, camera, doorbell, Wi-Fi devices, monitoring systems, at a very specific time, that timestamp becomes an anchor point. And here's the part that the public often don't understand. Digital timelines, they don't care about opinions. Digital timestamps do not care about rumors. They tell a story. So even if the media narrative is chaos, investigators are building a clean timeline. When something disconnected, when it reconnected, what pinged, what didn't, what moved, what stopped transmitting, that's where the real casework lives. So let's talk about what I think is the most important discussion point for you guys in the comments. If a suspect was inside a home for roughly 48 minutes, what does that imply? Because that's not normal for a quick burglary, for a smash and grab, for a panic intrusion, and I didn't mean to situation. Most burglars, they want in and out. Most home invaders are fast, violent, and focused. So if that time window is accurate, then we're looking at one of these categories. Category A, targeted plus controlled. You know, the person came prepared. He had a plan and he felt comfortable. Option B is searching for something specific, not ransacking the area, but searching. Option C is waiting, which is terrifying because waiting implies expectation. Option 4 is coercion event, meaning trying to force a password or force a transfer, force compliance. And I want you to comment on this one. If someone had 48 minutes inside, what were they doing that whole time? Because that's the question that nobody can answer publicly. Another detail that matters, and I agree with you guys who focus on it. A full backpack is weird. Most burglars, they bring an empty bag to fill it up. A full bag can mean tools, restraints, electronics, gloves, masking supplies, something to disable devices. And in modern cases, electronics matter more than people realize because you don't have to rob a house to steal value. You can pressure someone into digital access. Now, am I saying that that's what happened? Absolutely not. I'm saying investigators absolutely consider that angle. Now, let's clean up another TV myth. People think DNA goes into a machine and just pops out a name just like that. Real life doesn't work like that. DNA processes take time. Profiles can be partial. Contamination is real. And even with a clean profile, if the offender has never been arrested for a qualifying offense, CODIS may return nothing. So, no match. That isn't a dead end. It just means this person isn't in the database. And when CODIS doesn't hit, that's when investigators consider other methods, including things like forensic genealogy in appropriate situations and jurisdictions. So let's talk about the behind the scenes work, the public never sees. Digital evidence doesn't just appear. Even when investigators move fast, the legal process often includes preservation requests, search warrants, returns from companies, extractions, analysis teams.
If you're
And
new to the
with
channel,
a high profile case like this,
hit
the
that
FBI
subscribe button.
presence usually means
Hit that like button.
bigger digital teams,
And
deeper analytics,
chat section there.
broader access to resources, and just more cross-agency coordination. So when people say, why aren't we hearing anything? Sometimes the answer is simple, because the case is moving and silence protects the operation. So now let's address your point head on. Yes, there are times that law enforcement releases information strategically, not to entertain the public, but to steer an offender into a mistake. Really. And here's the key. If a suspect believes investigators are focused on the wrong thing, they'll relax. If they think investigators have proof that isn't real, they panic. And if they think the public is buying a false narrative, they get angry and they try to correct it. That's how you know sometimes it provokes a phone call, a message, a movement, a disposal event, a contact with a third party. So is it possible that some released elements are deliberate misdirection? It's possible. But here is my warning. Don't let that become a conspiracy treadmill, because misdirection isn't random. It's usually tied to real investigative objective. Now, this is the part that nobody likes. The longer time goes on, the harder hope becomes. But I'm not going to sit here and declare certainty, because we don't have enough yet. What I will say is cases involving age, medical needs, no phone, no meds, and no confirmed contact, those cases become extremely urgent for a reason. And law enforcement works those early hours like a house on fire, because time is not your friend. All right, I'm going to hand this over to you in the comments, because I want to hear from you. I want to see what you think. What do you believe happened in those 48 minutes? Pick one of these. Number one, searching for something. Number two, coercion or forced compliance. Number three, waiting for her to wake up. Number four, staged timeline or misdirection. Number 5, something else entirely. And if you've been following this case closely, tell me this. What's the one thing, the one detail that you think everyone is overlooking here? If this kind of law enforcement breakdown helps you make sense of the chaos, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share this out. Because listen, when the public stays engaged, cases stay alive. I'll see you all in that next video.
All right. So what y'all think about what the gentleman had to say about this case? Let's talk about it in the chat room. Okay. Now I'm going to this other video.
Hey guys, thanks so much for checking out my show. Really
From Brian Ensign. He's been there covering this case heavy, along with JLR and a bunch of other journalists. But, here you go.
Hey guys, thanks so much for checking out my show. Really appreciate it. Appreciate all the support. Please click to subscribe. Really helps me grow the channel. I'm outside Nancy Guthrie's house, of course. It's now day 20. It's Friday. I know I got my days mixed up yesterday, but I think just a little sleep deprivation. I want to get into a couple things in this episode. Interesting statement from the sheriff's office today about the possibility of more than one suspect, which I'm going to get into. There's more that I want to talk about with the possible Mexico connection.
Give me a second.
I also just want to show you guys, like, outside of Nancy's house, there are so many more flowers and just sort of like things that have shown up really over just the last couple of days. A lot of the neighbors have been turning out. This one says, Nancy, may this light guide you home, and there's a little light right there. Nancy, please come home. Bring Nancy home. Nobody is holding your mother hostage. And just like, look at all these flowers. Dear Guthrie family, your neighbors stand with you. There's so many out here. We pray for you, Savannah and family. Prayers for Nancy Guthrie. Let Nancy come home. It's interesting, the neighbors, in the beginning it seemed like were kind of, not standoffish, but I think they just were trying to be respectful to the family, and now they seem to be coming out more, talking more, bringing more flowers. This is kind of interesting. I saw this earlier. This says, an open letter to the kidnappers. Feel free to read and return it to this envelope. One of my producers said this was over here, and I actually haven't read it yet, so I don't know what it's going to say. A reminder from a fellow sinner. The depictions in these pictures is happening whether you know it or not. It is also happening whether you like it or not. Do not be the reason Our Lady of Guadalupe weeps. Yes, you are in my rosaries. Our Lady of Guadalupe, pray for us. Kind of interesting. And then there's like some religious photos and interesting. So anyway, there's a lot more sort of showing up out here, almost like sort of a memorial now forming outside Nancy's house. So the latest on the investigation I'm going to get into, there was a little update from the sheriff's office, the possibility of more suspects, and that they specifically put that in the release I thought was interesting. And I've got a retired FBI agent who actually specialized in Mexico and worked in Mexico, and I'm really interested to get his take on a couple of things. So all that's coming up in this episode of Brian Ensign Investigates. Hey guys, all right, I want to give you guys the latest updates on the Nancy Guthrie investigation. We get these updates every day from the Pima County Sheriff's Office, and they kind of go through several different bullet points. I'm going to again get to my guest in a second, who's going to help me really dive into what they may not be telling us and what may be happening behind the scenes. And I can assure you, there are things happening behind the scenes, obviously, that we don't know about, because there are literally hundreds of law enforcement officers in Tucson right now. You see them around, and there's a lot of investigating happening. So I'll get to that in a second with my guests, but let me read you their official update for today, for Friday. They say detectives and agents continue to actively follow up on leads. Neighbors have submitted surveillance video from the area, and investigators are carefully reviewing the footage. That's interesting because you remember we saw the detectives at Nancy Guthrie's neighbor's house the other day looking at what appeared to be like a Ring camera floodlight outside, and we've seen them at other houses too. So apparently they are still getting surveillance footage from the area. DNA analysis is underway on biological evidence recovered during the investigation. This process can be lengthy. There is no additional information available at this time. So DNA analysis, we know that there was DNA found inside Nancy Guthrie's house. I've told you guys about this before. That didn't belong to Nancy Guthrie and didn't belong to anyone in her immediate circle. And why they say that could take time is because they're doing investigative genetic genealogy. And you guys have heard me talk about this before. I won't go in depth on it again, but it's what they use to basically crack the Brian Kohberger case, and it takes more time than just traditional DNA comparisons because they go into genealogy databases, and they try to find distant relatives of a suspect, a third, fourth cousin, and then they can work their way in that way. So that could take time. It took time in the Kohberger case. And just for a little bit of perspective, some people are saying like, oh my gosh, is the Nancy Guthrie case cold? Has it gone cold? It's day 20 right now when I'm making this video. You look at other cases like Kohberger, for example, Brian Kohberger, it was 47 days until Brian Kohberger was arrested. The murders were on November 13th. The arrest was on December 30th. So 47 days. And again, we're only on day 20 right now. Gabby Petito, her remains weren't found for 39 days. So while it feels like things aren't moving and 20 days is forever, you know, sometimes these investigations take a lot of time. So just kind of some perspective there. Back to the update. With suspects, they say investigators continue seeking information to help identify the individual captured on doorbell surveillance video. As the sheriff has previously stated, while we are requesting information related to the person seen on video, and this is the part that I sort of zeroed in on, investigators are not ruling out the possibility that more than one person may be involved, which I thought it was interesting that they put that in their release today. I've heard the sheriff say that before. They're not ruling it out. But the fact they put that line in today, not ruling out the possibility that more than one person may be involved, it's a theory that I've heard a lot about. A lot of the law enforcement experts I've interviewed have said there's no way one person was able to pull this off by themselves. Of course, we see the suspect on the Ring camera at the front of the house, but is it possible there was someone behind the house? Is it possible there was a getaway driver parked a couple of blocks away? Could someone have really pulled this off alone? And again, most of the experts I've talked to say no, there's probably someone else involved, and it's just interesting that now the sheriff's office is putting that in black and white. Investigators are not ruling out the possibility that more than one person may be involved. In terms of calls coming in, they say our 911 communication center continues to receive hundreds of calls daily related to the case. We ask that only actionable tips be reported to investigators. Comments or opinions about the investigation should not be directed to 911. So basically, and I've heard this, I mean, they're getting like so many calls in their 911 center, and if you have an opinion about the case or just like a theory, you're kind of just bogging down their phone lines by calling, and so they are saying, please don't do that because they're already overwhelmed with calls right now. So that does make sense. People probably shouldn't be doing that, obviously. No press briefings scheduled right now. Sheriff will not be holding any mail and media availability going into the weekend. So it seems like we're not going to be getting a significant update unless something happens. And that, I mean, just from covering these kinds of stories, nothing quite like this, but when I think back to even Kohberger or other big ones, you never know when the big update's going to come. I mean, I didn't know. I got a little bit of a heads up when Brian Kohberger was brought into custody, but, you know, we never know. When that moment's going to come, which is why I'm still here and I'm waiting and kind of always on pins and needles. But barring anything from happening, the sheriff is saying there's not going to be any interviews or press briefings going into the weekend. I'm joined now by Eric Dickerson, a retired FBI agent. Eric, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. Thanks for being patient with me. I had to kind of run to get better service. The service outside Nancy's house is not very good. But I wanted to start out by asking you, it's been kind of a slow day with the investigation, at least with what they're telling the media. The most interesting thing, they put out a release a little while ago, the sheriff's office, saying, that they're open to the possibility of there being more than one suspect, which is something that I've thought about before. There's obviously the one person we see on the Ring camera in the front. But what are your thoughts on that? I mean, do you think there could be other people involved?
Well, Brian, in many ways, this doesn't meet your stereotypical kidnapping or hostage taking scenario. And normally, in a normal kidnapping case or abduction case, we usually see more than one subject. There's usually at least one. The nature of a kidnapping or trying to take somebody against their will is difficult as is, but typically you need somebody to drive the car, and you need some level of support to make that happen.
A lot of people have said, experts, that this was an amateur person based on what you see in the video. The gun doesn't fit the holster and trying to use the grass to cover the camera at first before pulling it. But I was thinking about it today. I mean, we're now on day 20. So even though they appear amateur, I mean, it seems like whoever did this or the people who did this, I mean, they sort of are, it seems like they're outsmarting law enforcement, at least for now.
Yeah, and it's clear that law enforcement is combing through every piece of evidence. They're looking at forensics. They're looking at digital evidence. They're doing a wide canvassing of witnesses or neighbors or acquaintances or even family members, and they will look at every part of this. I do agree with you in the sense that to abduct somebody and hold them for 20 days is not an easy feat. So I would be reluctant to call them amateur just by the brief visual that we have on them, on the individual at the door on the Ring camera. I would be really reluctant to say that they're amateur in that sense. Of course, his attire and the way he conducts himself is abnormal, is different, but here we are in day 20 of this investigation, and they're still struggling for additional evidence or clues.
And I reported that they were going to gun stores in Tucson with a list of 40 names and 40 photos. And there's new reporting today that they're doing the same thing at some hotels. What does that tell you? I mean, on day 20, should that make us think that they haven't really narrowed it down to a couple of people?
Well, what I can tell simply by the nature of the case and what's been revealed to the public, at least, that doubtful they have contact with the kidnappers or with the abductors. It would be very unusual to be so out front in the media and requesting public assistance when you have some level of connection with the perpetrators. So that tells me that they're still struggling for indicators and clues. You mentioned that they're going to gun stores. It would not be it would be common, or it would be normal for them to visit gun stores, sporting outlets, anything that the brief video may have revealed as to clothing, accessories, holster, or any other clue that might direct them to some retail outlet that might sell that.
What about a vehicle? I mean, they still haven't given a vehicle description. There's not a lot of cameras in Nancy's neighborhood. It's really dark at night. But I just think back to some other cases that I've covered, and it seems like once they get a vehicle, it all kind of comes together. How important, I mean, how important is that, do you think?
It's a critical piece of evidence. And what they're going to do is they're going to do some route analysis and look at possible points of ingress and egress from her house. And they're going to analyze every piece of video footage that they may be able to come across, either from private residences or from business establishments, or even traffic cameras or whatever's available.
What do you make of how close we are to Mexico here? Because you worked in Mexico, right, for the FBI?
Yeah. I led the cross-border violence team, and we dealt with hundreds of these cases related to that cross-border element. The mere fact that we're close to the border, close enough to the border with this incident, would indicate to me that they should be looking at that collaboration just as a piece of normal investigative procedure. Is there a possibility that they could have driven across the border with the victim? Yes, that is a possibility. In 20 days, they could be clear across the country or in a different country altogether. So as part of their investigation, I would assume that they are looking at that possibility.
I went yesterday. I drove to Nogales. It was just like a little over an hour from where Nancy lives. I parked and walked in because someone was telling me like you can get in big trouble if you bring your rental car in Mexico. So I was like, let me just park. Walked in. There was no one stopped me. Like I went through the official little crossing area, but no one asked for my ID. I walked through a metal detector, but the lady didn't look like she was paying attention. Really, it was just like you just walked in. Basically, that was it. And I was watching the cars, and it looked like the same for most of the cars going into Mexico. Like maybe they were stopping every 5 or 10, but it wasn't like when you come back into the United States where it's like a real check. How is it really? Would it be that easy to kidnap someone and get them into Mexico? Because it seemed like it would be easy.
Well, it depends on a lot of factors. Depends on the time of day. It depends on whether or not this was an organized crime group that has either collaborated or corrupted officials to be able to transport or go unchecked, essentially. So there's a lot of factors that come into play. But to your point about crossing the border, even towards the U.S., yes, there's documents checks. Going south, not so much. But tens of millions of people cross that border every year along the 2,000-mile stretch of border. So so it is not impossible to cross with a victim of a kidnapping. It's happened many times before. But again, it depends on a lot of factors.
What is the collaboration like between the FBI and Mexican law enforcement? Since you were, right in the middle of that when you were working there.
Well, the Mexican officials have a tremendous amount of experience working abductions and kidnappings. My team alone, we worked hundreds of those cases with collaborating with Mexican officials. So they do have their own set of skills, their own set of tools, their own technology that they bring to bear to assist on these cases. Um, Again, what this boils down to is that critical piece of evidence, in my opinion, whether or not that's technical evidence, digital forensics, or perhaps that DNA analysis that they've been talking about, witness information, or as you said, identifying another co-conspirator on this or a vehicle. Any one of those could bring a tremendous amount of information and leads to this case.
Because it was interesting, we had FBI sources who confirmed that they've been in touch with Mexican law enforcement. And then Mexican law enforcement put out their own statement saying, we have no reason to believe that Nancy Guthrie is in Mexico. And the sheriff has also said that here, but he also said, we just don't know. Like he wasn't saying
Right.
they don't think she's there. It was just like, we don't know one way or the other. But he also said they have no evidence to say she's there, but they don't know. But I'm just wondering, like, based on when you worked with the Mexicans, is it like a PR thing? Like, are they just going to immediately say, "Oh, we don't think she's here," just because they don't want it, Mexico to look bad, like they're involved?
That's a good question, but I think they're speaking strictly to the facts, right? There is no concrete evidence that she has been taken to Mexico. So if you look at it from that optic, they don't have any credible information that she's in Mexico. That doesn't mean, however, that they're not collaborating with the FBI, looking at the possibility of whatever evidence that she may have ended up in Mexico. They just don't have any credible indications that that is effectively what took place.
But you're saying they're good at investigating kidnappings over there.
Yeah. So if in fact this kidnapping has connections with Mexico, they do have a network of human intelligence. They do have their own technical abilities, and they have investigative prowess. They've done a lot of these cases. So I would suspect that they will partner up with the FBI and look at this case from an international perspective.
Does it have any signs of being cartel related to you?
No, no, that doesn't mean it. For some reason, it can't be. But what I've seen for organized crime related abductions or kidnappings, this doesn't fit that mold. This is much more, as you said earlier, in a sense, more amateur than what organized crime would bring. Um, Also, just the nature of where the kidnapping happened and how it happened is not doesn't doesn't signal me or doesn't indicate organized crime involvement.
Yeah, because I mean, organized crime cartel, like, what would their motive have been?
Yeah.
Like
And
taking an 84-year-old woman. I mean, it doesn't do they, and would they have really wanted the attention to be connected to a case like this with a famous person? I mean, don't they kind of want to be more under the radar?
yeah, you're exactly right. This does not fit the mold. But I'm glad you brought up one point, and that is motive. Aside from the physical and digital evidence, what I'm going to look at as an investigator is motive. That really is a key indicator on how this investigation will unfold. Key indicators, motives can be obviously financially related, where they're asking something in exchange, your typical ransom based kidnapping. It could be ideology, it could be politically motivated, it could be retribution or retaliation. So I would be looking very carefully at at the motive factor, because that is really going to direct what tools you're going to use ultimately to investigate this case.
Are you surprised that it's been 20 days and, there's no arrest? Or is that just kind of an outsider perspective? Like, you always say the CSI effect. People watch CSI,
Yeah.
you think the episode's going to end in an hour, I mean, with all your experience, though, would you have thought this would have been solved sooner?
Not necessarily. We've had protracted kidnaps that have gone on for 6 months or longer, and we've had kidnappings that have been resolved within hours. So there's a lot of factors that we don't know. I would say it's concerning to me the fact that it's already been 20 days and we haven't had either a credible ransom demand or proof of life. Those two factors, coupled with the fact that it's been 20 days, that raises concern.
Do you question whether it even is a kidnapping? I mean, do you think we have to keep that possibility open?
Yeah, so kidnapping has a couple of factors to it. An abduction is just taking somebody against their will, right? A kidnapping involves an element of quid pro quo or exchange or a demand. Uh, we don't have that. So that's why many people are calling this a disappearance or an abduction. Um, to really define it as a kidnapping, we have to have some contact with kidnappers that are demanding something in exchange for the victim.
Do you think there's more going on behind the scenes with the FBI in Mexico than they're letting on?
I would imagine so. On cases like this, there's certain elements that you're going to tell the public and that you're going to make public, and there are elements that you hold those cards very close to your chest. And there's several reasons for that. One is you don't want the perpetrators to know what you know. But two, if you do ever it results in an arrest or a rescue, or there's some singular information that's going to help you eventually prosecute that case. So there's multiple factors, but I have no doubt that there's information that the public doesn't know. That's normal protocol for these type of investigations.
And you mentioned a rescue. I had confirmed, and I don't know if they're still here, that the FBI's hostage rescue team was here at least at one point. I guess the FBI, they would be part of a rescue. I mean, I guess that would be the best outcome for this whole thing, some kind of rescue. It's just interesting the way you said rescue. I hadn't thought about it that way lately.
Yeah, so that is what they train for 24 hours a day. That is what they live and breathe is hostage rescue. And they're very, very difficult and complex tactical operations to be able to rescue a victim or a hostage from one of these situations. And that's what they do. And I would have no doubt that if there were indicators such as maybe a place or a person that was involved, that the FBI's elite team would be involved in that aspect.
Have you been concerned at all about what you've seen with, the sheriff here? I mean, like there's been disagreement, it sounds like, between the sheriff and the FBI, and there's been some people wondering why the FBI doesn't just fully take over the case. What are your thoughts on that front?
So there's a couple of things that we have to keep in mind. First off, there's jurisdictional matters. Both the FBI has jurisdiction as well as the state prosecutors. Now, what gives the FBI jurisdiction? The FBI has jurisdiction whether they have knowledge of a victim crossing or a perpetrator crossing state lines. That gives federal jurisdiction. But what most people don't know is there's also this presumptive jurisdiction. After a victim has disappeared more than 24 hours, it's presumed that they've crossed state lines, and that gives also federal investigators jurisdiction. So it is critically important that information is shared. I'm certain that they may have a type of task force or command operations center set up to deal with all of the leads and compare all the leads with all the evidence that they've accumulated. I mean, that's a critical part of this case.
When you would work cases, though, where the FBI was assisting or was with another agency or local agency, I mean, is it better when the FBI just has full control? I mean, does it run more smoothly typically?
Well, it really depends. I mean, that, you know, the collaboration piece, there's this saying, right, that sometimes less is more. And you really want to have the element of control on where you're directing the investigation, so you're not tripping over each other, so you're not potentially contaminating evidence, or so you're not looking at things twice and really reducing the efficiency of the case. I would imagine that in this case, both are working in collaboration and trying to bring resolution to the family. That's what I envision.
Is there anything else that stands out to you? I mean, everybody seems to think this is, I mean, it is. It's a really unique, strange case, right? I mean, is there anything else that stands out to you that you think is important?
Well, what I'm thinking about is, um, again, is the part that I'm concerned with really is that there's been no communication with kidnappers. There has been, you know, it's already into the 20th day, and we have very little evidence that we've seen. Again, we don't see everything, and I think that would raise some concern to investigators and some sense of urgency. So I would just, you know, I would echo what the FBI and local officials say, that that what could break this case is cooperation from the public, whether they've seen or heard of anything that could help. Any small bit of evidence could help break this case.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that someone didn't call yet recognizing the person. I mean, I know he was covered from head to toe, but I just thought someone would have recognized him by now or recognized the backpacker. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's pretty brazen to walk into a residential neighborhood with a ski mask on and basically your gun exposed and knock at someone's door, and then from what we can see, probably a struggle ensued, and then you have to figure out how to remove that victim against their will to a vehicle that's waiting. So I agree with you. I'm surprised as well that somebody hasn't come forward with having seen something out of place, something suspicious.
Well, I appreciate your time, Eric. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Appreciate Eric for taking the time to talk with me, and appreciate all of you guys for watching. Some people are asking me, like, how long are you going to stay there? I mean, I'm not leaving anytime soon. That's just not the way I operate. When I get really into a story or a case, I just stay, and when everyone else leaves, I usually stay. So I don't have any plans to leave right now. Obviously, at some point. I mean, if this really does go unsolved for a long time, I gotta go home at some point. But right now, I don't want to leave and then risk something happening and not being here. And I still think there's a lot of work to be done on the ground with reporting. And I find when like all the other reporters start to leave, like that's sometimes when I get the most interesting stuff. So I don't plan on going anywhere, but I'll keep you guys posted. I'll probably do some episodes on the weekend, see what I can dig up. And I really appreciate you guys for following my channel. I can't say it enough. It's just, you know, means so much to me. And that's it. So I'll talk to you guys later.
Let's talk about it in the comment section. How y'all feeling about this case? I think it's kind of weird myself. I do believe it's kind of weird myself, my good peoples. Believe it's kind of weird. But yeah, some people seem to think that Miss Nancy is out in Mexico somewhere. Let's see what Dad's Gone Wild is talking about.
Department.
This is Dad's Dad's Gone Live. He's out there covering this case as well.
Yes, yes, yes. I'll go to the sheriff's department. I just want you to know. First off, I'm going to get gas, water, and a snack for the night, and a Red Bull. I want you to know we're going to stop at the gas station. Get drinks, snacks, and Red Bull for the night, and I got to get gas. While I'm getting gas, I may buffer a little bit. And then we'll go to the sheriff's department. And then the other thing I have to tell you guys about. I'm all yelling at you guys. I have to make that clear because a lot of people are like, what are you doing? The other thing I have to tell you about, there's most likely no one and nothing going on at the sheriff's department. But we'll go hang out there for about 20-30 minutes. We'll re-chat and listen to you guys. But just FYI, there's a 99% possibility that there's nothing going on. We'll probably see nothing. But we can go on a road trip. I don't mind. I just don't want to get your hopes up when I know for a fact, or I don't want to get, let me phrase it, I'm sorry, not for a fact, I don't want to get your hopes up when I don't think there's going to be anything going on. I really don't. There might not be anything going on at the house tonight, might not be anything going on at the sheriff's department tonight, but if something is going on, we'll try to cover it. Just like last night, we got that police chase that turned into a shooting. Someone got shot last night at the end of a police chase. I don't want to follow scanner calls. I don't want to follow scanner calls. Because I'm here to cover the Nancy Guthrie Nancy Guthrie case. Not here for scanner calls. If I want to do scanner calls, I go back to California. I'm here for the Nancy Guthrie case. Anything related to Nancy Guthrie, we're going to try to go on it. If it may potentially be related, we're going to go on it. If it's close to the house that's going on, we're going to go on it. But that's about as far as we're going to go on. Nothing was going on in Columbus and Sapphire Falls. Nothing. It was a potential domestic, violently domestically call. I have to say that word very, very carefully. A violently domestically call, potential, where a female was screaming and yelling, and someone else called 911. Cops showed up, cleared the call, and the cops left. And that's as far as that call went. All the information I have says it's nothing. All the information I have says that call was nothing. If you guys want to look up the police scanner out here in Tucson, look up 857 Tucson on YouTube. 857 Tucson is streaming the police scanner audio for you. I have actual police scanners and they don't have the best reception. Dude, I was going 50. I'm sorry. I'm used to California. I was going 50. Now we're going 46. Probably looks like I'm going fast because the frames per second is lower. What about Annie and Tomaso's? We can drive by there one time, but I don't want to keep on going past their house because they were declared. I don't really want to go by their house at all, actually. They were declared innocent. I'm not going by their house. If you're declared innocent, I'm not going to buy your house. They were declared innocent, guys. They were declared innocent. So I'm gonna go get some gas, and then we'll go to that next location. Whoa, Hope just gifted 10 Daffy Online memberships. Thank you. Oh, someone just said, admit you were in it for the donos. Yeah, no, buddy. I am not in it for the donos. You admitted that you're in it for the trolling. Definitely not in it for the donos. If I was in it for the donos, I would not be here. We would be in downtown Tucson showing a bunch of other stuff. You better clean up his piss. Whoa. You found a... Oh my gosh, you found a black glove too, huh? Interesting. Yeah, that was awesome. Longhorn, let's go. You know what I'm... Whoa, $50 super chat from Hope. What the heck, Hope? Thank you. Holy Toledo. Wow, that was huge. Thank you, Hope. Everyone do me a favor, say thank you so much, Hope. Okay. Okay. You don't even know who I am, dude. Thanks. Dude, I'm going like 5 miles over the speed limit, and this car is like riding my ass. What do you guys think about that? You're going 5 miles over the speed limit, and car's riding your butt. How do you feel about that, guys? When you're driving the speed 5 miles over the speed limit, and someone's still tailgating you. Now I'm going 7 miles over the speed limit. I'm not really interested in a ticket, bud. I'm already going fast enough. I don't like tickets. 6 miles over the speed limit. Come on. Look, I'm gonna let him go. I'm letting him go. Watch me a viewer. Probably somebody that's like trying to get hold of me. Watch him go slow now. Yeah, they're gonna go slow now, watch. Nope, actually, yeah, maybe, I don't know. You brake check him? Yeah, I don't want to brake check him. I don't want to brake check anybody, really, to be honest with y'all. No, I'm not worried about it, guys. I'm not worried about it at all.
Alpha 662. Alpha Dodge.
So hop in the chat, guys. In between national stories, obviously I'm going to be back at home chasing scanner calls and stuff like that. But in between national stories, I'll be at home chasing scanner calls. I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I really want to start covering more national stories. I don't care if I have 1 million viewers or just 100 viewers. That's okay. I'm not doing it because I get big views. I do it because I enjoy it. I like the... I enjoy it. I love it. It's like the best thing I've ever done. So, do you guys want us to start covering more national stuff like this? Yes or no? Do you want us to start covering more national? Hop in the chat, yes or no? I'm not gonna break check nobody. But do you guys want us to start covering more national stuff? You don't have to spam it, but you can comment yes or no.
Rescue 8 and Safety 331. Structure 2. West Prince Road in North
Oh, what a creep.
3600 North and 600 West.
Depends on the case. True. Oh wow, lots of people saying yes. I feel like we finally... No. It's not about money, guys. I mean, yeah, it costs money to do things, but it's not about money. Everyone that says money is ridiculous. If you guys go back, I haven't asked for a single dollar this whole time. I haven't asked you guys for any money, and I've even said if you guys want to donate, it's great, but I'm not asking for it. And that's it. I've even told you guys don't worry about it. Okay? So obviously it's not about money. I'll sleep in my dang truck. I don't care. You guys like stringing. After you brake check one. Ha! Not gonna brake check nobody, guys. Not gonna brake check nobody. Okay, we're going to a QT right now. We're going to a quick trip, real quick. Quick trip. More national news. Oh yeah, you gotta feed the family. Yes, it's like when the Avengers assemble. Yes. It's all about, it's all about everyone getting along, working together. Like the fact that you took all of that was beautiful. I do appreciate that. Oh, we got a buffer zone. Over here, buffer in, buffer in. I'm going to get gas right now, yes. Everyone is still in play. Just clear, just saying. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I want to know why they were cleared and what process was used to clear them. I thought they were cleared with a what I mean, a whatchamacallit test, polygraph, but apparently I was wrong, so yeah, I don't know, guys, I don't know. Alright, we're gonna buffer as we get in here. I might have to switch. Yeah, we're just gonna turn off Wi-Fi right now. We're gonna buffer, guys. I gotta switch to regular Wi-Fi. Regular cell phone. 3, 2, 1, buffering. Okay, once we're back, let me know we're back. Hop in the comment and say back. Once we are back, let me know we're back and hop in the comments, please and thank you. What? Oh. Tablet's not working because I'm in the thing. I have a cutie. It's my wife. I love my cutie. See what I said? Alright guys, I'm gonna get some gas. You guys can listen to this. I'm gonna pump some gas and then grab me a water and a couple snacks and a Red Bull for the night, and then we'll get to getting while the getting's good. There we go. Always gotta share with you guys what I get. Whoa, a bunch of super chats came through. Thank you, thank you. More here. Get a mystery van like Scooby-Doo. Let's go, dude. All right, we're back. Whoa, we got a lot of people up in this. Is that real? You guys all... Is that a real number that I'm looking at? No way. Guys, is that real? How many people are... Is gas considered a work expense? I don't know. If it is, I need to get a new tax lady. Okay, we're about 11 miles away from, damn, 7, wow. What are you guys all doing in here, man? They did find a glove that appeared to have blood on it. Unclear on any new details, but I do believe that there was a glove. Confirmed that a glove did have blood. How many people bleed on their gloves?
Detroit.
We're going to reconnect Starlink right now. Starlink works the best for me. 3, 2, 1, buffer as we go, buffer as we go. Yeah, $20 super chat from mom.
Come down to
2 boys times 3.
part of the street where we're at. We found some shell casings here.
Mom to 2 boys times 3. Mom 2 boys times 3. Thank you for that. That's huge.
Baker 440.
Baker 440.
Self Baker 600.
Oh, that's great. Guys, as long as we have more than 100 viewers, that's insane. I get it that thousands upon thousands is a lot, and that's great. But you guys don't understand. I'm happy that we're over 100. I'm happy that we got over 500. See what I'm saying? Like, I used to be like, yeah. I'm not. I'm a small time guy, so anything over that is big. When I was at 2,000, when I was at 1,000, when I was at 700, when I was at 500. Everyone's worried about the amount of numbers I have right now, the amount of viewers I have. I'm just thankful to have you guys in here in the first place. Smash that like. Yeah, we got up to over 7 for a little bit. We're gonna go to the Pima County Sheriff's Department. It's unclear if anything's going on. Doesn't sound like anything's going on. I don't have any evidence showing anything's going on. But we're just gonna drive by, check it out, turn around, and come back. So seems like bots. Okay, hop in the chat. I want an answer. For everybody that's watching right now, everyone that's watching, become a subscriber so you can talk in the chat. Are you a bot? Are you guys bots? Am I being botted right now? Are you guys bots? Let's know. Yes or no. Are you bots? Say I am a bot or I am not a bot. Yes or no. Are you bots? Are you a bot?
1641. Thank you, Sergeant 3.
Holy cow. What's up, Beverly? Joy, how you doing? Holly, Roy, Beverly again, hello, hello. Kathy, Tanya, appreciate you. Stay humble, my friend, you deserve the love. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, it went so fast. Chat's going fast. Chat's flying. Chat is flying. I'm a bot, says Pikachu. Thank you so much for that member. 2 group girls. Ashley? Hey, did you get your thing planned out? Like your stops and stuff? You're getting how far apart are the stops? What'd you say, baby? Sorry guys, my wife's on her way out here. I just want to call her. I guess she just left. My wife's gonna come out here. My kids and wife are gonna be out here for the weekend for me. Former reporter that did what you want before accepted live stream was good. Maybe one day I can do a ride along with you. I do what you do. It's even possible. Love to. Tom Williams, how you doing, brother? Thank you. Yeah, shoot me an email. I'm not saying you can ride with me. I'm just saying shoot me an email. dadsgonelive@gmail.com. Shoot me an email, bro. I'm interested to figure out to learn about you and what you used to do. You there, baby? Hey. So what were you saying? Your car? Let your car? Oh, that's good. So, but how far away are they? Okay. Alright, well, I'm just worried. I love you. I gotta go. You're buffering too. Or cutting out. Love you, bye.
Good night, 1009. The call is the neighbor stating they've been arguing for
Philly, well,
hours
monthly cup of coffee. Thank you. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna say it to everybody. I don't care. My wife's coming out, and I don't know how. Whoa.
They know it to be an Eric white male 30s and an Amy white female.
Damn, dude, these cars not letting me get over or what, dude? What's my email? dadsgonelive@gmail.com. dadsgonelive@gmail.com if you need me. But just remember, I get a lot of spam in there. I might not respond. Big possibility I don't respond to you because I get a lot of spam. It's not me being mean. It's just I get a lot of spam. Like every 2 minutes during the day, I get an email. His license plate, dude. I love that license plate, bro.
I'm not locating any proof ones for Miguel Gonzalez, 1222 of 89. The only one that I see is...
Oh, he almost got taken out by a semi.
Garza.
That guy just pulled out in front of a semi truck, dude. Yeah, big BTC 21 mil.
Temple.
You know what? I'm actually gonna pull over right here because I cannot stand how bad that is right now. That smear that's on the lens. That's my fault. I did that. Let's see if I can fix it. I should be able to. Whoa! Thank you so much for becoming a member. Let's go.
700 west. Respond on 83 north.
Oh shoot! Thank you. Just bear with me, guys. I'm gonna try to fix the camera. It's got some. I touched it with my finger. That sounds bad. Oh man.
76 to the main facility on Roger 1.
Okay, let me clean that real quick. Now we can use. There we go. That's much better, right? Is the smear better or worse? Hop in the chat. Did I make it better or worse?
Second 28.
This is our news airline.
Sierra Victor Alpha 77 November.
Is that better? No, not my first major national case. I've covered other things. I've covered different things, but true crime case, major national true crime, yes. Major true crime, yes. But not my first national story.
The patrol, the tree is taking some with us. We need more light. Fox 2-4 with 1060 will be their service.
It'll be Fox 2-4.
Cool. Yeah, I get it, guys. We got a lot of viewers in the chat, and that's awesome. That's great. But
440-275.
that's awesome.
Negative. I copy that Fox unit.
15-2027 to 2700 highway.
What would be better than telling me how many people are watching? Is you guys saying the praying hands for Nancy. Instead of telling me how many people are watching, don't worry about the viewer amounts. Just do the praying hands for Nancy. Or yellow hearts or praying hands, one or the other. You don't have to spam it too much. But yeah, if you guys...
Thank you.
Instead of telling me how many people are watching, show me the praying hands. Show me praying hands. Oh gosh, Culver's fun. Thanks so much, Jalen. Pineapple pizza. Ugh. I love Culver's though. They're bomb. You ever had Culver's, Jalen? Jalen, you ever had Culver's? Straw in your mouth and here's Zen. Zen in your lip and straw in your mouth. LOL. What's up, Angie? How you doing? Elodie? Thank you, Brenda. Brent. Ron. Doggy daycare for him. Thanks for all the praying hands over on Facebook too. We are live on Facebook too, guys. Yeah, that chat's going wild tonight, guys. Y'all going wild with the chat.
We're going to put down a hole possibly on the northeast or southeast corner. We're in 2003 Ford area.
Alright guys, so as of right now, the reason why you guys haven't heard me give you a bunch of updates over the last 48 hours is because there hasn't been a lot of updates over the last 48 hours. A lot of the news is recycling the old information that we already have. The newest information I've got about this Nancy Guthrie case is they're going to have a one-way street tomorrow. They're having issues with traffic, so they're going to have a one-way street during the day. I'm okay with that. The other thing I'm having, there was a helicopter doing a grid-like flight over the dump. There's claims that the helicopter owner, the company that owns that helicopter, says that it was not related to the Nancy Guthrie case. However, there's another possible unconfirmed report that that helicopter is flying over Nancy's property on the 16th of February. So at this time, I don't have too much information for you guys. I'm about just as confused as you guys are. Thank you so much. I appreciate that membership. I can't see all the comments, guys. These comments are flying on by. So if you guys send a super chat or a membership and I don't see it, I'm so sorry. But I do want to say thank you so much. Oh, Cherry Landry, thank you. And I see that on the Facebook side. They're doing yellow hearts and prayers. Appreciate that. And especially with me driving right now, I can't really read all the comments, obviously, because I'm not supposed to be reading comments while I'm driving. So, to the police officers out there that are watching, please don't give me a ticket.
It's going east.
I think they are trying to get rid of the media. What kind of dog is Ruger? My dog is a Catahoula cur. I have a Catahoula. For those of you guys wondering what kind of dog I have, when I do my normal live streams, he's a Catahoula cur. Don't know. I don't know anything about the Mexican search party. I don't know anything about that. I don't know if they're hired. I don't know if they're just doing it under their own accord. I don't know. I don't know.
2222.
I respond for a 30-year-old now.
Well, I know that this Nanos guy is getting a lot of talk. A lot of people talking about this Nanos guy. I guess the Nanos guy is the sheriff for Pima County. Not Puma, Pima. I said Puma yesterday. It's Pima. Like Pima Pants. It's not Puma Pants, it's Pima Pants. You deserve these viewers. You did great during last night's shooting and literally showing us the situation. By the way, I sent the email. Thanks, Tom. Appreciate that. I don't know if I deserve all the viewers. I'm just a normal guy, guys. I'm just an average guy. Nobody special. I do appreciate it, but I'm just a normal, average dude.
Well, put the passenger out.
They're pulling a passenger out of a vehicle right now.
2224. I copy you at 250.
You guys are coming in here. I need you guys to do me a favor. If you're listening to me talk right this second, meaning I'm talking, you're listening, you hear these words, stop what you're doing and hit that like button, and make sure you subscribe to our channel if you want to see more of what we got going on. I'm not trying to go out here and crack this case. That's not going to happen. I'm trying to come out here and show you guys or find anything that's going on that's potentially related to the Nancy Guthrie case. Maybe a SWAT call comes out. Maybe someone gets pulled over, something that may potentially retreats for Ruger. Thank you so much, Lacey. 17.5-year-old dog. Aww. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Thank you for that, but I'm so sorry. Even more than a thank you is a sorry. That's horrible. That's horrible. I'm sorry. God bless you. How do you get gifted a membership? I don't know. Alright guys, I don't know how many viewers we have total on YouTube and Facebook. I love you guys too, by the way. I'm still on Facebook for you guys. Denise, how you doing? Same as most nights, just looking for anything. If you're on YouTube, I will stay out until at least 3 a.m. if we get to 1,000 likes. I don't know how many viewers we have or how many likes we have, but if we get to 1,000 likes, I'll stay out until 3 a.m. Who's at Nancy's house? Yes, Hope, thank you so much for that super chat. That was huge. Who's at Nancy's house? Thank you to my ex. Screenshot of the flight history. Thank you, thank you. We're going to go to Aunt Nancy's, yes, but right now we're going to the Sheriff's Department. Right now we're going to the Sheriff's Department. We'll go to Nancy's later. Kind of just want to see if there's any media here, to be honest with you. Oh, on. Not really. There's just a couple cones out. Nobody really here. Look at this. Nothing. They probably, these cars that are leaving might be media. I don't know who this car is, but I'm gonna park right there, bud.
Adam Zebra, Mary Union, Mary Union.
Keeping the peace since 1865. Okay, I'm gonna park here. I'll be here for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then we'll take off and go back to Nancy's. There's not really any media here. They just left some of their junk. Look. What do you guys think about media leaving their stuff here? I know what I think. I don't think they should be allowed to do that. Oh, so we got over 1,000 likes. We got over 1,000 likes. That's awesome. Oh man.
Baker 9-4. Can you hold on for a call and show us some routes to level 1, please?
Stand by.
There's a helicopter over the foothills, someone says. Let me see. Let me check flight radar. Oh, shoot. Airbus helicopters. Nothing. Airbus, medical. There's not much going on, actually. Oh, I see 2 medical helicopters flying around. That's it. There's another one right here. 3 medical helicopters. Man, they have a lot of medical flights. Holy cow. A lot of medical flights, but that's about it. I don't know if it's... I don't think it's going cold. Go, go, go. Go where? Go where? Okay, Jen Hall. You don't need to comment a million times. Go. I don't know what you're talking about. Go where? Go where? Yeah, we're here special. I'm just I Grab your Coca-Cola for that cough. Thank you. The quiet fun. I got a cough drop. So I just need to take one. Media should always be allowed on on public roads. I mean, I think media should always be allowed on the road.
I'm wearing a gray sweater. Stand by for more info.
So far as confirming that's the victim that ran?
Correction, they ran eastbound 1090 west.
I
The
don't like
victim or
smoke,
the
Jason.
suspect ran?
No, so have a good day.
So far.
I also hate racism. Yes. We had a great dinner. It was delicious. Yes, and don't come to my chat, please. Don't come to my chat to disrespect other streamers. Please don't come to my chat and disrespect streamers. Beggars for finest. Dad's gone wild. Let's go.
Methane 48, respond code 2, TFT unknown, 6450 East Gulf Links Road, Methane 48.
Alright, they have been cleared, meaning no evidence to prove guilt, but cannot be declared innocent. Okay, someone said SWAT action. Where's the SWAT action? Yep. I've had someone smack into me. I've had a DUI driver hit me, hit and run. Cops never even showed up. Welcome to California for you. It's been over 2 years now, and I still haven't even had the cops call me back for the police report. What model scanner? You didn't buy it at 536. Dinner was great. It was great. Okay. Let me read this to you. One of my good buddies, he's also a moderator, Blue Line. He's in law enforcement. He puts this together. He puts these little thingy together for me. And let me see.
794. Where was the victim at Amy's Donuts?
Basically, it's what I got. He says, I'm being such a good friend. Here's your updated, incredible law enforcement update you can talk about on live. Sheriff Nanos has publicly confirmed that certain evidence, including DNA-related items, was sent to a private forensics lab in Florida for testing. Ignore my stuttering. He has defended that decision, saying it was done to move the investigation forward and more quickly. But what doesn't make any sense is the FBI has a state-of-the-art forensics lab at Quantico, specifically built for complex, high-profile cases like this. A secret law enforcement source has indicated the FBI requested access to the key evidence for processing through their lab. However, the sheriff would rather send it to a privately owned lab. The sheriff has denied any breakdown in cooperation and maintains that his office is working with the federal partners. However, unconfirmed reports have surfaced that there may potentially be tension regarding how much control the sheriff's office is maintaining over the investigation versus how much the FBI is able to independently handle. Nothing has been confirmed. Nothing official has been confirmed on a split or conflict, but the difference in how each side is describing the process has led to public questions about why certain decisions were made in a case of this magnitude. So basically, the only thing I really got was we're focusing on why the FBI isn't taking full control of this case, or the sheriff's department isn't allowing the FBI to inspect the evidence for them, or process the evidence for them, because potentially the FBI has supposedly state-of-the-art equipment versus going through a private lab. Couldn't really tell. I don't know. Old news, yes. I hate ads. If you guys watch ads, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm too loud tonight. I'll quit yelling at you guys. I'm sorry. So a lot of people are saying old news, old news. Well, that's all we've really got. We don't have any new stuff coming through. Apparently the pool maintenance guy tried to show up today to service her pool and was turned down and told to leave. So the pool guys showed up and were told to turn around and go home. So, oh, we are way too loud. Oh no, way too loud. I'm sorry. I see it right here. I can adjust it. There we go. There we go. Is that better? Testing 1, 2. Well, I did have the microphone sensitivity turned up a little bit, so I understand. I'm only going to do this once, okay? This is the only time I'm going to do this tonight. We're going to drive past Annie's house, not to show her house, but only to see if there's any activity. So I'm not even going to show her house or focus on her house. We're just going to focus. We're going to drive past Annie's house. That's it. Nobody is at Annie's house that I know of. But we're also going to double check. From my understanding, there is nobody at Annie's house. But we're still going to double check. Oh, they don't. I'm not going to point my camera at Annie's house. There's nothing to worry about, guys. And plus, you can't legally get in trouble for driving down a public road or filming in a public space. I can legally stand in front of her house with a tripod and a camera all night long and all day long, but I'm not going to because there's no point. I don't want to. Also, you guys just heard that crack. I promise you, that's a Red Bull, not a Cerveza. I don't drink Cerveza. I drink Red Bulls. I don't know. If it was me, I wouldn't go back. If it was me, I wouldn't go back. Even if I was cleared, I wouldn't go back. Too much media attention. I would not go back. I couldn't even imagine. Too much media attention right now. And even then, I'm going to drive down the street. You guys won't even know which house is hers. Does Annie's house have an underground bunker? Red Bulls are bad for you, mister. A lot of backseat drivers, D. Go to YouTube. We got like over 3,000 people on you. We got like 3,000 people watching on YouTube. D, we got like 3,000 people on YouTube. Imagine how bad that chat is right now. 3,000 people. Can you imagine having that? Holy cow. Who is Annie? Annie is Nancy's eldest daughter. Annie is Nancy's eldest daughter. And she lives about 2.5, 3 miles away. No, about 4 miles away, I think. I don't remember. With her husband, Moises. And we're not going by there claiming they're guilty. We're just going by there just to see if there's anything at night. That's all it is, okay? That's it. There's not really any other point to go by there. Just to drive by and just check it out. See if we see any law enforcement. If we don't, we're gonna take off. We're most likely, I'm 99% positive we're not gonna see anything. Like I'd be willing to bet you money. Do you like monsters? Funny story. I have a monster tattoo. I have the monster emblem tattooed on me. Believe it or not. I'm live. Thank you for all you do. You're awesome. Thank you for taking us with you. And to the Guthrie home, or the Guthrie family, Annie, Savannah, and everyone else that you, grandkids, nephews, nieces. This is for the Guthrie family. If you're related to the Guthries, if you are a victim in this situation, missing your loved one, and everybody else that's missing a loved one right now, look at my chat. Chat, spam the chat with yellow hearts. Chat, spam my chat with yellow hearts and praying hands. To the Guthrie family, this is for you. To those missing their loved ones, this is for you. Chat, spam it, chat. Show people that we love them. Show people we love them. I do that on purpose. I do that. What's greater than super chats and all that stuff? Giving support, prayer, love. I don't care about, guys. Hit it, hit it. Yellow hearts and prayers. Yellow hearts and prayers. There we go. That's for you. To the Guthrie family, that's for you. All these people right here, these people want to pray for you, and these people want to see your loved one come home. You guys need Nancy home, and you need closure to this situation. And I pray that you guys get it. Amen. Dear Lord, please guide Nancy home. Please help bring peace to the Guthrie family. And in your name we pray, amen. If you guys pray, you pray. If not, I'll pray on live stream. I don't care. I will pray on live stream. If you don't like it, not sorry. That's me. So.
Where this fire might be located, that'd be helpful.
If you don't pray, that's okay. Thanks for your mind. Amen. Amen. Oh, you miss your mom? I miss my mom too. Thankfully, I haven't seen my mom about a week. I talk to her every day, but I still miss my mom. I love my mom. In Jesus' name, amen.
One more unit, 10 north.
Okay, we're about 7.5 miles away from Andy's home. Like I said, we're just gonna drive by. It doesn't mean we're accusing them of anything. I don't think they're guilty. We're just gonna drive by, see if there's any type of activity. Media, police, security, anything suspicious. And I'm not even going to turn the camera on their home. Not even going to turn the camera on their home.
And that the lights for the carport are on, and they're usually never on, but they're not seeing or hearing anything. I don't see any recent events here. I'll check for any medicals.
So you guys asked me, I just hold my phone from Broadway ankle.
2243.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Samantha. That's horrible. I'm so sorry. I'm sure they're with you. I know your mom and dad are with you, watching from up above. They're with you in your heart every single day.
Okay.
We are, yeah. How many people subscribed for the first time tonight? How many people subscribed for the first time tonight? Who's a new subscriber? Any updates or leads today? Nothing that I know of. There's nothing that I know of. As of right now, nothing that I know of. I don't know of any updates. The only updates I have is there was a helicopter doing a grid-like search pattern, flight pattern, and they said that they were just taking like surveys or some kind of ground penetration something. But I don't know what that has to do with the Guthrie case. It just looked really suspicious.
That's Class D, Delta.
And that was at a nearby landfill here in Tucson, Arizona. I got screenshots of the flight path that they took. I found that when I get parked back at Nancy's house, I'll show you guys that flight path. So you have to hang out with me when I get back to Nancy's house. To Nancy's house. You guys will have to wait till then, and at that point in Nancy's house, I'll show you guys the flight grid, the flight path that the helicopter took today. But like I said, the information I received was that they're claiming that that was some type of survey helicopter doing some kind of Georgia Grandma. Thank you so much for that Venmo, Georgia Grandma. Thank you. But from my understanding, that was some type of they claimed that it was some type of survey with some ground penetrating radar. I don't really know. That's what I heard. I don't have any official news releases or press releases. But like I said, that's what I heard. At the end of the day, I just have to say I don't know. I really don't.
That's your 295.
There are updates at Annie and Tommaso. What's the update at Annie and Tommaso's? What do you know that I don't? What is the update with Annie and Tommaso?
536.
Yeah, it's not a cold case at all. There's cases that are a year old that aren't cold. There's cases that are a year old that aren't cold. Typically, this is nowhere near a cold case. Historically speaking, with other cases, there's other cases that went on way longer than this. Look at the Gabby Petito case. Look at the Gabby Petito case. How long did that go on before they found her? And then they got Brian. Look at the Gabby Petito case. That wasn't a cold case. And this situation right here, why is there a lot of media attention on it? Well, first off, everybody in the world has a grandma. Everybody in the world has a mom. Everybody in the world knows somebody that's in their 80s. A 84-year-old woman was kidnapped, taken out of her home by force.
We're working on it. We're just trying to get this.
And has not been found. No trace of where she's at right now. That's a huge story. Now take that story and add in the fact that this 84-year-old woman has been on the Today Show a couple times with her daughter, because her daughter is a celebrity from the Today Show. So you have two factors coming in here: elderly, mom, grandma, kidnapping, and then you throw in the Today Show aspect of it. So this is going to pull on everybody's heartstrings. And drive out here. Well, I noticed when I was at home live streaming in Bakersfield, California, live streaming the police calls late at night, 2 o'clock in the morning, I would go online and I would check, see if there's any streamers covering this case. I get most of my news from social media. I don't get my news from mainstream, which if you do, that's great. So I couldn't find any streams, any live feeds of the home of Nancy Guthrie or anybody covering it overnight. So I decided, you know what, I got the professional camera for low light, I got all the stuff, let me go out there and do it. So here I am. I've been out here for a week, and the fact that you guys are hanging out with me while I'm doing it, I'm very blessed to have you guys. I'm very thankful, but I'm also very saddened that I'm still out here. I'm sad that I'm still out here. It's horrible that I'm still out here, because the fact that I'm still out here means that Nancy hasn't been found yet. I wish that Nancy was found the day I came out here. I don't want to know that Nancy's still missing. I want to know that she's found. And I hope you guys take that in a good way. And don't think like my tone of my voice or anything. That's just me like going on. That's how I sound like on a rant. That's my rant. I am saddened at Nancy being missing. I can't imagine if that was my mom. My mom, I think, is in her 60s. Mom, don't kill me. I couldn't imagine if someone took my mama or my grandpa or my grandma. God bless my grandmas. They're all passed away by now. But I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine. When do my mods come out? I don't know. My mod's been busy, man.
First report, can I copy?
I don't know what you're talking about, Beth. I'm so sorry. Kayla Montgomery case. I'll have to look that one up. Kayla Montgomery. Kayla Montgomery.
Vehicles, then we'll start getting containment positions set, but I'll need somebody here to have no contact your location.
So that call right there is the Tucson Police Department. I don't think it's anything going on. Tucson Police is very active at night. They've been having a lot of stuff going on. Okay. We're about a mile and a half away from Annie's home. You guys said somebody was over at Annie's taking the pictures. Okay, I'm not going to tell you which house is Annie's because Annie and her husband have been cleared. I will not tell you which house is Annie's because her and her husband have been cleared. Okay, FYI, I am not going to tell you which house is Annie's because her and her husband have been cleared. However, if when I drive by, I see anything fishy, I'm stopping and then we'll show you. So we're just doing a drive-by and I don't want to tell you which house is hers, okay? And I'm going in a different way on purpose. That way you guys don't know when I'm in front of her house. It's very dark and very creepy out here. Even though there's a lot of people in this area, these are very, very large properties, like large properties. For being a neighborhood with a lot of homes, these homes are set on larger parcels and they are very windy. We're in what's called the Catalina foothills. Okay. If I see anything fishy, I'll tell y'all. If I see anything at all that's fishy, I'll tell you all.
Traffic accident, 21,500, East I-10, 15,000 south and 21,400 east.
The FBI has not cleared them, but the Sheriff's Department has. The FBI has not cleared them, but the Sheriff's Department has. Well, somebody's been here because they turned off the lights on the inside. But there's nothing going on. Somebody did stop by her house. The other day there was a light on the inside when the security was there, and now the light's off. So I do believe that somebody has been inside of the house. I mean, maybe the light burnt out, but the other day I did notice that there was a light on the inside, and now I'm seeing that there is no light on the inside. So I don't think anybody currently staying there. There's nobody there, no cars in the driveway, no cars on the street. Looks like a ghost town at that house. The house is a ghost town right now. What's fishy is the Sheriff's Department saying they're cleared. Alright, real fast before I take off right here, I'm going to show you guys something. I'm going to go over something with you guys. So the Sheriff's Department, or not the Sheriff's Department, the timeline I got, the situation I got, the events that unfolded that night was Nancy got an Uber to her daughter Annie's house, Annie and Tommaso. Nancy got an Uber, and later that night, I think it was like, correct me if I'm wrong, like 9:38 or something. I don't remember the exact times. I think it was around 9:30 something at night. Tommaso, which is Annie's husband, drove Nancy back home. And we're gonna do the route, the most direct route that they would have potentially taken. So this is the route the GPS takes you. So this is the last car ride Nancy had before she was kidnapped. And she was dropped off at her home that night. we are currently leaving Annie and Tommaso's house, and we're going to drive the same route that Nancy and Tommaso allegedly drove that night. I believe it was Tommaso that drove her home. I've heard a couple different... 948. Okay. Someone else said 934. I'd have to Google it. Who gives a shit? Obviously you, because you're watching, bro. Obviously you, because you clicked on my live stream. At least I'm not gonna Rick Ross you, bro, but if you don't care, don't watch. Go somewhere else to watch another live stream. Click the dislike button on mine and go somewhere else, bro. I don't really care. But anyways, so we're gonna take a trip over to Nancy's house and show you guys the route from Annie's house. And moderator just got him. Sergeant and DGL, let's go. Why did I call the FBI? Because just to be safe, I threw it away already. They never called me back. I found a Starbucks cup across the street from Nancy's house, and it was time-stamped 1/29, January 28th. No, January 28th. It was time-stamped January 28th, and it was across the street. I was picking up trash before I went home that night to the hotel. I was picking up that trash that day before I went to my hotel, and I recorded me picking it up, and I showed it to you guys, and then was like, "Oh, that's timestamped. That's got a timestamp. You need to call it in." Which makes sense, so I called it in just to be safe before I throw it away. I asked the sheriff, hey, should I call this in? And he's like, yeah, might as well, man. So I called it in. The FBI never called me back. I gave them the information. I said, I just want to know if I should hold on to this and hand it over, or if I should just throw it away. And he's like, okay, well, we'll send this on over, and if they're interested, they'll be in contact. Well, they never called me, so I threw it away. That's pretty much where I'm at. The FBI never called me back to pick up the cup, so I threw it away.
Continuously nodding off and not acknowledging when he's being talked to. And he's currently walking outside. He's going to be a number 1 or number 2 male. He's wearing a black hoodie with a red shirt underneath and black pants with a white stripe. 7.
Can't hear you over the scanner. Oh, I'm so sorry for that. Yeah, I don't know anything about the police being at Annie's house. I only know what you guys are saying. That's it. I don't know. I don't know too much, guys. I'm sorry. All the information you guys give me is all I really know.
Line 1 wireless, 31 meters, up 3033 west Autumn Street.
Bring that their boyfriend in time in the evening.
All right, this is we're on East Orange Grove Road. This is East Orange Grove Road, and we're about to turn into the main street to get into Nancy's neighborhood. We are now entering Nancy's neighborhood. As you can see, there's no lights. I'm gonna just show you guys something real quick. This is how dark it is. Almost can't even see nothing. We probably, well, that's it. How dark is that? Is that dark, guys? Turn on the lights. Pretty dark. I think it's insane how dark it is out here. Car's got some brights for lights. Look, I'll do another one right here. Look how dark this is. You barely see a little bit of glow, maybe, if you have your brightness turned up all the way. Yeah. So I would assume that somebody up to no good would be in the perfect situation to be sneaky and conceal themselves in the dark.
One item 24.
Go ahead.
I'll be 10-7 on duty, thank you.
Like, I like how dark it is out here and stuff,
Go for
but
it.
I would much rather prefer street lights.
You did say 4340 South Side.
Oh, the vehicle is right in front of the restaurant off Broadway. There's two females are by the front of the place.
So this is a spot where I didn't work at all. My live stream did not work at all without Starlink. So now that I have Starlink, it works great. Okay, I do want to show you guys something too. Check this out. One thing you can see right here, nighttime, is the Tucson lights. Pretty creepy.
Okay, that works.
2303.
Yeah, I also, my entire yard, my whole house, 360 degrees around my entire house has cameras, front, side, back, both sides, front and back. You can't do anything around my house without being on camera and my phone goes off. Front door, everything. Inside my house I have a couple cameras too, so. It's definitely a little creepy out here at night with how dark it is, though. That's for sure.
Okay, go ahead.
You know what? Let's go drive up behind Nancy's home real quick. The street behind her home. Let's go. So I'm not sure if they took her out the front or the back on the property. I would assume they took her on the front. But you can also get to her property from the back if you go through someone else's property. Something I'm not interested in doing, but I don't mind driving by.
Thank you. Do you want us to stage at Marston Road exit?
So I'll show it to you right here. We'll go this way. This driveway right here. This driveway right here. It's real long. I'm gonna show you guys real quick on the map. Just hopefully I don't freak people out in the neighborhood. I don't like parking here too much. This is Nancy's home right here. You can go on their driveway right here, and you can have a short walk to her home. So that's how far. This is a cul-de-sac right here. This is a private driveway on the map. That's Nancy's home. These are very large properties, very beautiful properties.
22
Oh, my wife's calling me. Hold on, baby. Hey, what's up?
Send your letter and yet examine. Medical emergency.
The shorter
4901
ones.
East Broadway Boulevard, 100
I don't
North
know
and
why.
4900 East. Respond on 858.
Yeah, though I think those ones have a shorter hose or shorter hose, but you can see, you can check. If it works, it works.
Money area, right there, where Miss Nancy
Yeah,
lives.
try it. Oh, that's cool. Where you at? Nice. Oh, dang. All right. Yeah, let me know how it works. All right. Love you, beautiful. Miss you. Bye.
Go ahead.
Have to go to St. Joe's.
Some of the questions you guys are some of the questions that you guys are asking are great questions, but I don't know the answers to them, so I'm very sorry. Very sorry. Some of your questions are very great questions, but I don't know the answers.
Okay. We're going to begin CPR. I have IC.
Methane 49, response code 2, TFD unknown, 2234 North Camino, Castile, Methane 49.
Go ahead. Or Charles Adam.
I just want to pull off the road a little bit more. It's actually, you see eyes ahead, what the hell? It's actually not a V8. It's a 4-cylinder turbocharged. I do believe they investigated the Uber driver. Still nothing right now. Yeah, no, nothing right now. I'm so sorry. The News have a vehicle parked here overnight so they can keep their parking spot. The News leaves the car here overnight so the parking spot gets saved. Sheriff says Uber driver talked to. Yes. Okay. No, there's only one reporter that's staying here overnight, and he's actually a camera guy. All the other media guys are going back to their hotels.
Oh, we're nothing. We'll be sending.
The blood droplets has oxygen in them. I did not hear anything about that, but this is from a viewer. I don't know anything about this. This is unconfirmed. Blood droplets had oxygen in them per the blood specialist, which means a living person or recently living. She was being carried face down. That's why no footprints. Okay, Vincent, you're going to get banned off my channel for your language. You can go to someone else's live stream and talk like that, my friend. Nope, Fox Drone is gone. Fox Drone is capital gone.
North.
No, sheriff's on scene. You see the lights on the right side of the road? The right side of the screen? That's the sheriff's department.
So it looks like could probably use someone to help her out.
East 2nd Street, 900 North and 4400 East. Respond on A Green North.
The dinner was great. The dinner was great.
Check 849. Sorry, 110 you calling. That's affirmative. It appears that the RP is going to meet you guys.
Okay, so so I'm actually glad that people are coming to my chat making accusations about the police being at point A or point B, or coming and spreading false information in my chat. And the reason why am I glad? You want to know why I'm glad about that? Why do I like you guys coming to my chat and giving me false information? Well, when you come to my chat and you spread false information in my chat, I'm going to drive to those locations and verify that that is false information. In other words, call it Mythbusters. That myth that police activity is going on at Annie and Tomaso's, or that somebody was over there right now, or whatever it was, that myth was busted. They found a body in a wash. That myth was busted. It turned out it was just a DV call for a person screaming. Alright, I'm out. Going night-night. Night-night. So I have no problem with that.
And this is an alarm issue.
Where were the bloody gloves found? I think a neighbor within like a mile or two called it in.
8400 North and 5900 West. Respond on A6 West.
I do believe she was carried. Why does that SUV look? It's a Jeep Compass. That's why. It's the same car I used to live stream out of. And if you guys said something in my chat, it's not me being mean. It's just me. Yeah.
2214.
All right, my good peoples. It's been fun. It's been real.
I do have police scanners in my car. That's why I parked up here. I have better reception at the police scanner than I do down there.
So,
Hey, you blocked a lot of people in your happy camper.
Respond on A5 East.
with
Do we know if Nancy left those strips? It sounds like it. It sounds like the blood is from Nancy. It does sound like that blood's from Nancy, yes.
With that said, let's make it a wonderful rest of your evening, I guess, when it's actually morning. Either way, make it a good one. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Be sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Hit that like button on the video, and in the comment section, let me know what you think about this whole situation with Miss